everyone, it's Thakard, and welcome back to more Horizon Zero Dawn. So, last time, we did a mission to rescue the royal family and bring them back into to Meridian. We accomplished that deal, and then we went looking for whatever the battery powered, and it sent us to this bunker right over here where we're at. Inside is a very shiny, futuristic, from 500 years or whatever ago, excuse me, thing of armor. Looks like an advanced combat suit of something like that. And, unfortunately, it required another battery to unlock the doors around it. And so I had the idea of coming down here to the original ruins, which we hadn't been in before, but I remembered that there were things that were locked behind stuff. So we went in here and we actually found a couple interesting bits of lore, and we found more stuff, another battery. So we came back, we put the battery in, we undid the code. We go in, we go to take our armor, and the armor is locked in place. We go through the other door, and we have to do another unlock thing. But this one is missing 3 different power cells. So somewhere on this map, there are 3 different power cells. Now, I thought about this for a bit, and I'm thinking it's something we can't quite do yet. Or at least that's my thought process here. We found one in here in these ruins. We found one in here in these ruins. There's a ruin right here, which we weren't able to get into. That was the one we could not get into yet. And then there's this one underneath the sun ring, which is like the next mission. So my hopes is that there's like one in here and then there's one in here. The problem is, I don't know where another one would be. So I was thinking about it, and I really don't want to take a look at like any guides or hints or things like that, because I haven't done anything like that yet. I've done everything completely straight from the game. And so I spent some time yesterday looking around and trying to figure out, just on the map here, where it could be, you know? And I was looking at the different ruins that we've been in, the ancient ruins, and I remember there was nothing in here and there was nothing in here. And I don't think I explored this one very much, but... And then, while I was editing some video earlier on today, I noticed at Maker's End, while I was listening to the holographic discussion between the boss and the scientist, that in the background there was a series of yellow climbing markers. So my thought is, because that was a part of the one company, maybe there's a secret room with a loot box. Because all of these other sites are related to the main quest line. And the, what's the company called again? It's, FAS. Faro something? Is that what it was? Faro? Faro Automated Solutions, yes. So everything that so far has been related to this Faro stuff. So, I'm going to go back up here really quick, and we're going to see what's at the very top of this climbing wall. You know what? I will show you really quick what I was looking at. So, I have to pull up my footage from the other day. Give me a second, and I'll show you what I was looking at.
Catastrophe.
Oh, here we go. Right here. I actually was taking a picture at the time. You all probably remember that. All right. Okay, so this is what I was looking at. I know it's not zoomed in right, but this is what I was looking at when I saw the thing in the background. Right there. They're climbing things going up this pillar. And there has to be something up there because, I mean, we're like at the top of the building. This is where the guy like has his place, so it has to be up there somewhere. So I'm going to go back to the top of this building and see what is there that I have missed. So I might just fast forward me running through this building because, you know, you all seen it before. But I want to make sure you guys know, like, why I'm coming back here. And it's because I think I missed something. So I'm just going to run through here and we'll probably make a cut. Alright. Whoa, that's a drop. Alright, we go through here. And this is where we fought the Deathbringer. Is it the Kopesh? Kopesh? I believe it is. Hang on a second. Sorry. Had a little warning message that popped up on my screen. I think it's Kopesh. Because they're the Scarabs, which are the Corruptors. The Deathbringers, I believe, are the Kopesh. And the Metal Devils are the Horus. The things that consume biological stuff for... fuel. Which is where why everything went sideways. Oh, hello. Wow, there was no floor there for a second. Alright. Speaking of no floor. This place really needs a map. Here we go. Might actually be able to pick up a little bit more loot out of this place. Alright, yeah, so this is the room that had the information about the company itself. And we'll go upstairs. The next room is the one that's got the information about the three robotics, the Horus, I think it's Kopesh, and the Scarab. Oh, jeez. I did that last... Oh, that's... The floor collapses, but it's like... Yeah, I fell there last time, and it caught me again this time as well. That's the room I was just talking about. That is the information terminals, for lack of a better term. Okay, now we're getting up near the top. Oh. Missed the weird little pipe right in front of me. Woohoo! It's a hell of a jump, man. Tell you what, the paint that they used how many hundreds of years ago is like high quality stuff, man. It's still around. I know I've made that comment before, but you know, it's like, why was everything like screws? It's like everywhere they just use big screws. Why? Don't know. I mean, they're screws. It's like they don't use like girders and well, that happened. Not bolts, but rivets. Let's be honest, this building is weird too, because I mean, they don't usually make buildings out of like concrete like this. You know, big tall buildings are usually like steel and glass, not freaking concrete. Unless it's a giant bunker. This isn't really a bunker, it's more of an office building. Alright, come on. Hold. Okay, almost there, Aloy. Keep going. Whoop, whoop, what was that? Maybe we can pick up some healing. I need to go buy more heals before we go in that one area. Oh yeah, drop down. Up, up, up. Up, Aloy. Thank you. Alright, doesn't look like there's anything in there. Where does this go? Hang on, where does this go? Why are you here? So we can keep dropping down. What? Really? Did I? Huh? This... It is. This is where I was before. How did I... Oh, wow. That is like the biggest... How did I not see that before? Alright. I could have just climbed right up here instead of... I guess it's an option to not climb, but to run up the outside, maybe? Interesting. Well, I thought that was gonna... Maybe that was gonna lead down to, like, a secret room or something. We still have to explore whatever was on top of this office, which is right up here, I think. Alright, so here's the office. And we listened to the conversation here, and there are the climbing holds. Oh, wow. They go up a little bit, but where do they go? They go around the back of it? Yes, they do. Ooh, then they go. Yeah, they go all the way up. Okay. All the way up. Come on, Aloy, you got it. I know you just climbed up an elevator, but you got it. Yes.
Good. Another power cell. If I find more, I should be able to get to that ancient armor I found.
Yeah, that's the hope. All right. So that kind of... We have to be in an FAS facility by the looks of things. So that was one. That was one down here. This was one. That's one. This is one. So this is where we'll find the... We'll find one in here, and we'll find one in here. And then we will go have awesome armor. Maybe it's like armor that you can use for like the second playthrough. I know there's a new there's like a new game plus mode. Maybe that's what it's for. You actually don't get until like the mission's over, but then you can use it on like fancy stuff, you know? Oh, hang on a second. We have a lot of skill points to use. Maybe in like New Game Plus, you know, you have this armor already, you just kind of go through and beat stuff up again. I think there's New Game Plus, if I'm remembering correctly. I was looking at that and I wanted to... I was thinking about doing that. I mean, not recording it. Because I'll basically have done everything. I'll just be running through it on a harder mode, I guess.
I remember that Eden
Check out
gone.
these wares.
Now what we're going to check out is the vendor. We're going to buy up all the armor. I know I don't need these light ropes, but that way I get to go down until it says buy. But yeah, those must be the explosives. Alright, nothing more to buy. Traps and potions. There we go. Treasure boxes already got. Resources already got. Is there like an Eclipse armor? Like the armor that one guy wore? Come on. Please tell me there's an Eclipse armor. Oh, I really want that one guy's armor. It was black and red and leather. It was, oh, that was so good. So this is what we've been wearing for the longest time. And it has a couple of like resistance buffs. I thought it looked great. That adds a lot of frost buff. I kind of, you know, I look at, it's weird. I look at equipment in other games and I'll be like, oh, I kind of like the way that looks, but, you know, I wish I had better stats. Here, it's like, alright, things have good stats. I mean, I like these stats. 15 plus 15 to all resistances. And it looks pretty... I mean, there's a lot of other stuff that looks really cool. But plus 15%, or 15, is pretty awesome. I don't think there's anything here that makes me go, I want that more. I mean, there's nothing that has, like... There is something that has 3 mod slots. Karja Silk Heavy. This is because it doesn't have its own effect slot. Oh. You know what? Let's buy this. Equip. Equip. This is gonna look weird because... Alright, any other new weapons? Terror Blast, Blast Sling, Shadow Rattler. Requires boar skin, rabbit skin, and fox skin. Okay. Alright.
Might need this.
I'm not sure if I like the look of it. I don't know. It's just... It's very fancy. It just doesn't seem very Aloy.
Don't forget to stock up before you're on the road.
I mean, this is
Only
my...
the finest goods here. See for yourself.
This feels like my Sun Queen outfit. You know what I mean? But I'm going to quickly take a look and see what we could slap in here to make it better. Resist shock, resist fire, resist range, resist corruption, resist... See, it's pretty solid. Resist range and fire, range and freeze, range and fire, melee and freeze, melee and freeze, melee and shock, shock and melee, shock and ranged. You know what? We're just gonna wear this. I mean, the mods we have in it are like really good. It's like, I mean, that's only 2, but that's 3. And it has ranged and melee resistances. Shock and fire. Maybe there's something that's... Maybe there's a straight upgrade here. Nope. Alright.
These aren't goods, they're necessities.
We're just gonna stay the way we are.
Go in line.
Just gonna stay the way we are.
We'll never make it back to me. Not without eating it.
Alright, we'll save. Get this next quest lined up. So when we're inside, we're gonna have to be on the lookout for a
True story.
power cell. So probably a hidden room or something like that. Or a place to climb around to.
You must have been so scared when you came for him. Go in light.
That's where the kid and the mother used to sit. Now they're... You wonder what's happening right here.
Look at our exile. Let's see you gawk when we finally retake Meridian.
I don't like that guy.
I'm weary of this never-ending struggle.
I'll come back later. That
Wish I
woman
knew
said to
how.
meet her at a green tent down in the camp. Might be worth a visit.
We already did that, Aloy. I mean, we're way past that quest line. Calm down. Been there, done that. Oh, Aloy. You climb up pretty decently. But your climbing down is horrifically bad. Alright, let's see what we got.
I'm heading down.
I've spent a lifetime trying to uncover the secrets of this world. where the machines came from, how the old ones achieved such marvels only to fall into silence and death. A lifetime of failure, as year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello.
Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage east. And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the earth were laid bare.
It's another
I suspect
scanning
you'll
thing.
have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
Hold for identiscan.
99.7% or something like that.
Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Malfunction. Malfunction. Malfunction.
Are you
Malfunction.
kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Sobeck here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this door!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
Emergency venting authorized.
I underestimated you. So by now,
Uh-oh.
Guess you can't have everything.
that will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was the one risking my life down here.
Yes, fine. Now will
Turn
you
up.
please get moving? There's so much to learn in less time than I'd hoped.
Okay, so I would like to know. I want to go back here really quick to make sure there aren't any things I can like read or something. It doesn't look like, and that's where I came in from up there. All right. One of the questions I do have is, and maybe it's just a stupid question, but what is powering all this stuff? I mean,
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. We found it.
Are you really so surprised?
yes.
Facility diagnostics detect multiple failures. Attempting repair.
So, what was this room?
An entrance hall, perhaps. Have a look around.
But I mean, this was several hundred years ago. I mean, what was powering this place? All right, another incident. From lounge staff to admin. This morning's unfortunate incident with Dr. Popovich is another example of reception's need for additional support. We appreciate that Zero Dawn is an immensely complicated project, but as a staff who serve on the front line, we're tired of being neglected. As we have already requested, we need human translators fluent in Polish, for example, security staff who can subdue enraged embryologists? It is. For example, and dermal sedatives to calm persons who are screaming in Polish while hurling chairs and vases at reception staff, for example. Yes, most of the candidates are reasonably calm and well behaved. But we need help handling the exceptions to that rule. Please respond. Was Zero Dawn not a weapon, but an arc? Are we going to find an arc inside where people... Everyone dies on the planet. The machines run out of power because they can't eat anything. And then they come back hundreds of years later and repopulate the planet? Was that what Zero Dawn is? We need support too. Reception staff to admin. Reception staff continues to require additional support managing ZD candidates, Zero Dawn candidates, when they arrive at the facility. Many are frightened or confused. Some are highly agitated. These are not the sort of persons who are accustomed to having information withheld from them. At minimum, we need human translator. The Langbots are not sufficient, and mild sedatives in extreme cases. Any and all support would be welcome. Perhaps you could start by responding to one of these mails. We're at a launch facility. Did we launch an arc into space? Were we collecting the, as it were, what's the, it was a stupid movie, 2013, whatever the end of the world movie was. But they were building an arc inside of a mountain that would like ride out away. I can't remember. It was stupid. But the only people that were getting on it were like the best and the brightest. It's kind of like in Stargate, the Alpha site is all the best and the brightest people. You know, doctors and scientists and engineers and soldiers.
A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
A smaller room.
A waiting room. Restock or else. From lounge staff to admin. For the 5th time, please restock the lounge's selection of herbal teas. If I have to listen to one more egghead throw a tantrum because we're out of organic cucumber mint or blackberry sage for veritels, I'm going to lose it. Please respond. And this time, no tempest in a teapot or steep demand jokes, okay? Alright. Part of me is annoyed that apparently they brought really smart people here to somehow figure out how to stop, you know, the world from coming to an end. At the same time, it was like, what was it, Enduring Freedom or not Enduring Freedom? What is the name of the other one that was going on at the place we were just at? What was the name of that one? Where it was literally just soldiers and civilians, like, throwing themselves at the machines to give the people at Zero Dawn time to enduring victory. The people, so these people in Zero Dawn were bitching about their tea selection, while soldiers and civilians were giving their lives during enduring victory to give them time to bitch about tea. That's highly annoying. And very believable too, which is the saddest part. Soundproofing from the lounge staff. To admin, would it be possible to improve the soundproofing between VR1 and the lounge area? Most of the candidates stay quiet during the presentation, but the ones who scream or sob can be plainly heard by candidates waiting their turn in the lounge. And bitching about the tea choices.
Please proceed into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
Okay, so maybe the people bitching about tea didn't know what was going on, so maybe I'm being a little too harsh.
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
CD01 data intact. Initiating playback.
Story lore.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors that Zero Dawn is a top-secret superweapons program, the technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them. and they are all lies.
It is an
Zero
arc.
Dawn is not a superweapons program, and it will not save us. Nothing will save us. And here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option.
So they put people in the arc.
The biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day, the day that life on Earth ceases to exist, is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
They didn't stop it. Okay. It is an arc.
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
So, Zero Dawn is an arc, but it was what he was saying that they didn't have enough time before the end. They were calculating 6 years, if I remember what the things were saying before everything was exterminated. I mean, down to like the fish in the seas. But they said it would take 50 years to figure out the deactivation code. So they make a bunch of embryonic clones. They hide them away somewhere so deep they cannot be found. And just as deep, a series of scientists worked for 50 years to figure out the shutdown code. And then they shut them down. Or they were able to shut down the big ones, the Horuses. So they could no longer replicate. That's my assumption now. Oh wow.
They got in through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name.
Whoa!
What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said. Not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip to global scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
Let this...
Status now. The data points, what do they contain?
Alright, hang on you. We got all this story to listen to. Including that one that we just listened to. What was... I need to re-listen to that one.
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said. Not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
Alright, so she was a part of a environmental reconstruction team after a nuclear reactor somehow was taken out by a earthquake, kind of like Fukushima, but sounds more like Chernobyl. Counselor guidelines for debriefing after presentation 1. Candidates must be allowed to ask questions and be given the necessary time to fully absorb the information they have received. It is important to be aware that candidates have just been exposed to triggers for severe mental and emotional trauma. Do not assume silence or outward calmness indicates acceptance. It is essential to stress that all other options for combating the Tharo plague and preserving the continuation of human life have been considered and found unworkable. Familiarize yourself with the data on the catastrophic environmental impact of nuclear engagements versus the swarm, Addendum B1, and the unfeasibility of maintaining life in orbit, lunar or undersea structures, Addenda C1, C2, and C3, so that you can counter candidates' objections in depth. If a candidate asks for time alone to review the supplementary information, allow this without hesitation. Be sure to inform security personnel so the candidate can be monitored for attempts of self-harm. Candidates should only be cleared to proceed to presentation 2 if you believe their mental state is sufficiently stable. Note that real-time support will be available via your focus. Security and medical crisis teams are corrupted.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we couldn't negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, U.S. Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Harris said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
Alright. I can go up there. What is this?
is accurate, yes.
So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people, they feed off them?
Not just people, all organic matter.
Every living thing dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution liquefied. The miracle of life reduced to bloody biofuel.
In a word, yes.
Who did this? Pharaoh? That asshole. Is he here?
No, Doctor.
Please, tell him Tom Pike wants a word. Now, get off! Get off! Doctor, please! You get Ted Pharaoh in here!
Understandably upset. Man was in charge, let his arrogance lead about the end of the word.
Previously worked for Pharaoh Automated Systems.
On the chariot line self-replication routines. I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since...
Would you like to take a moment?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
All right. So that's where we're supposed to go. That's where they came in. There was a ladder that we could take up here. I'm going to do just that because we're still looking for our whatchamacallits, our things. Our power cell. So we have to make sure we look everywhere for power cells.
There is some mistake. I don't understand why I was brought here. Why would you show me these things?
I know that there's already a lot to take in.
In the waiting area, I was seated with a Nobel laureate in biophysics and a monk, I think. He spoke neither English nor Mandarin. It is very strange. And General Harris? What was he talking about? The robot swarm, the Pharaoh plague? I understand it is terrible. But it really cannot be stopped? Why tell us this? There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family. They have joined Operation Enduring Victory already. It is for nothing? We will all die?
We're going to be able to answer some of these questions.
I just want to know why I am here. It doesn't make sense to me.
You were brought here because of your skill set.
No, that can't be right. I am an art historian. I know Dutch masters, Japanese calligraphy, Gerhard Richter. What does that matter now?
People who remember the past and what was. Someone's going to have to be able to rewrite everything into the history books once they rebuild everything.
CD02 data intact. Initiating playback.
Elizabeth Sobek.
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew?
The Genesis
This
effect.
is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere.
Oh no,
An
that's
immortal
Hades.
guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia.
Oh, okay,
Mother
Gaia.
Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species
Hades.
has ever before attempted.
One of them is Hades.
Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start.
Can you pronounce those?
We don't have to build the entire system.
Minerva.
The beauty
Aether,
of a fully automated
Poseidon,
terraforming system
Demeter,
is that it can build itself.
Artemis.
Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all
Hades,
these
there he
functions,
is.
all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about.
Yep.
And build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and
But what
stop
about
at nothing
Hades?
to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
They're the second coming of people.
The whole Earth destroyed, but then remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine of creation.
Elizabeth, fitness. For life, for us. But
Hades.
why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot? And why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
Alright, so let's think here. Actually, let's cut here and we'll think next time. Alright, guys, we'll catch up with more of this very interesting story when we go into B2505S, whatever this next door is. It keeps changing. See you guys next time. If you enjoyed or disliked this video, I do hope you comment on it and give it a thumbs up or down. If you want to see new videos, please hit the subscribe button, and to be notified of new content when it comes out, hit the notification bell. But for now, thanks for watching. Have yourself a great day, and don't forget to bring it no matter what you do. And I will see you guys in the next video.